Hello and welcome viewers. This is a Talk to Addis weekly program of Addis Media Network and I'm your host Asrat Addisu. Our today's guest is Solomon Amara, Bureau Head of Innovation and Technology Development of the City Administration of Addis Ababa. Welcome, Solomon.
Thank you.
I would like to grant my gratitude on behalf of Addis Media Network for your willingness and making yourself available for this interview. Having said so, would you please tell us something about yourself, like your academic background, your career, and so on and so forth?
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Solomon Amara. I am currently working in the Addis Ababa City Administration as head of the Innovation Technology Development Bureau. My education background is, I was graduated in the technology field, especially in the electrical and electronics technology. Plus to that, I do have also a master's degree in the general business administration. In my career, I work for different government sectors. For example, the former South Nations Nationality People's Government as expert plus as a team leader and also department head. In addition to that, the past 10 years, I was in the Federal Supreme Court of Ethiopia, working as a director of ICT. Then I go to the Addis Ababa City Administration as an advisor of technology for the mayor. Then starting from June 2023, I moved to the Addis Ababa Innovation and Technology Development Bureau as a bureau head.
Thank you so much. Just to kick off, would you please tell us something about the concept of smart city? What the concept of smart city means?
Nowadays, smart city is a concept which is developed and implemented in different countries. Basically, a smart city, it has a definition of, using digital technology to improve the life of people. Because when cities are established, they are not, arranged or they are not, developed in making the life of people simple, because they don't have, urban structure or urban planning like that. So the last 10 years, there was a concept of a smart city. Actually, smart city means, making the city service very efficient. That means government service very efficient, plus applying different type of the technologies in different sectors like environment, mobility, or security, and so on. Generally, according to the Smart City Index Development Program, there are 6 pillars. Some countries they use 5 pillars, some countries they make it 7. But according to IMD is an international organization which computes and make rank of countries. They produce yearly document about the smart index of the cities. So according to IMD, smart city has 6 pillars. One is the smart governance. That means making the service of a government accessible, accountable, efficient, and very the cost of giving or supplying service must be affordable by the people. The other one is the smart environment. Also in the smart environment, cities must have green, clean water, good sewerage mechanism, and so on. So it will make healthy to the dwellers or the peoples of the city. The other one is smart economy. On this smart economy, especially the financial sector must be easily accessible through digital devices such as either mobile or through internet. So every people, they can access the banking sector or the financial sector through different devices which is operated by their own hand. So the fourth one is the smart mobility. So cities will have, special roads to, for example, most of the people, they use, bus transport. So they must have, a separate road for the bus transportation. And the other one is for pedestrian, it must be easy. And in addition to that, for the bike or the bicycle lanes and so on. So this all, included it in the smart mobility pillar. The fifth one is the smart people. So since the government will give every services through the digital mechanism or through digital platform, either through website or either through different social medias or through the internet and so on. So people must be aware of, using these digital services. So when cities are becoming more smarter, so the city residents must also align themselves through the digital services provided by the government or any private sector. So we expect residents of the people to become more smarter. The other one is, and the last one is the smart living. So people in cities, increasing from time to time. So they should have, residents or houses to live in. Even their houses should be, more modernized, using either access to internet or access to electricity or access to pure water and so on. So this smart city strategy must align, with the sustainable development, with the agenda 2063 and other agendas which are formulated by the World Organization or by African organization and so on.
You already elaborated it to the extent that I really appreciate, but let me ask you again, how do we really relate or integrate the concept of a smart city to its implementation?
First and foremost, first there must be, a leadership and the people which understand what a smart city is. After that, cities usually develop a strategy, 5-year or a mid-term strategy or a long-term strategy. For example, when we come to Addis Ababa, it has an 8-year strategy which starts in 2023 and ends to 2030. So this strategy also comprises, or based on the 6 pillars of the smart city. So people's usually smart city, it is not, accomplished within one sector. So there must be a synergy or an integration within different government and private sector. For example, if you go to the smart mobility, government will, make roads accessible, make roads simple for the people or for the transportation. Also, the private sector also ready to make the transportation facility very easy, especially, for example, if you take the payment method. The payment method in our country is not as such, advanced. Usually we use the manual method, But in other countries, people pay for transportation either through their mobile or through any platform or application which is, developed by the transport sector. But in our city, for example, if it is ambassadors, we pay through ticket manually. So this also, gives for any fraud, everything. So the smart city, in order to complete and make all the 6 pillars and make simple and accessible to the residents of the city. So different actors which are, for example, if you go to the smart economy, banks, financial sectors must collaborate with a government policy, government strategy. This is all about,
Yeah. So this means it's all about people.
all about people, for the people, and within the people, So people may should have come together in order to for the successful implementation of the strategy. First, people must understand, must aware about what smart city, what are the contents included or incorporated in the smart city strategy. So they have to know what is our contribution, what is our responsible in order to make the smart city strategy visible.
Great. So this concept, as you said a lot, and its implementation, how could we, make it, align with the sustainable development of cities in particular, and countries at large, just with the sustainable development case?
The sustainable development is a very big document. For example, when we come to the service, the UN Habitat and other sustainable development organizations, they say there is a basic service, there is also extended service. For example, when you say basic service, people should have, basic access to water, basic access to shelter, and basic access to transportation and so on. But basic home or basic residence is not enough. So we have to add on the basic service, extended services like, internet or Internet of Things, or application such as, which is important for the simple life of people, Nowadays, for example, household equipments you can control by remotely from your office, what amount of food or what amount of milk is found in your refrigerator and so on. You can control through internet your home appliances, your lighting or your electricity in your home and so on. You can know your, for example, how much you pay for electricity, how much you pay for water, remotely or through different applications, whether you are, whether you are living in Addis or whether you are in abroad. If you have such, payments, so you can know using different applications. Your presence is not important, So on the basic services, also we have to add, extended services, which makes the life of people's very simple and easy and make comfortable and make happy.
I see.
Yeah.
Sophistication and modernization comes with the application of the smart city principles.
Principles, yeah.
Great. So when it comes to the possession and resources of the cities, how do cities can manage innovation, the knowledge sharing, and the experimentation aspects with regard to the concept and implementation of this smart city?
Usually, we start to make our city smarter before 2 or 3 years, starting from the initiative of our Prime Minister and plus the implementation, leadership and plan by our mayor. But we have to learn or we have to take knowledge and experiences, from different countries of the world. According to the International Institute of Management Development, even if there are 6 pillars in the smart city, some cities, they are good in the smart economy. Some are very excellent in the smart environment. For example, if you take, Switzerland, Geneva, or Copenhagen, Denmark, they are known for their good mechanism of sewerage and so on. So they are, excellent in smart environment. And some are, good in the smart mobility. For example, if you take either South Korea, Seoul, or Bogota, Colombia. They do have, this BRT, bus rapid transport system. They do have, a separate lane for walking, for bicycle, for buses, and so on. So different cities of the country have different experience and excellent knowledge in different pillars of the smart city. So we have to assess which city is better in smart mobility, which is in smart environment, who is in smart economy, who is in smart governance. For example, when we take in smart governance, there is an e-government index. So in this e-government index, usually the Singapore city, the Seoul city of South Korea, are the best e-government cities in the world, or e-government which gives any government services through digitization. In other countries, for example, if you take the Eastern Europe, if you take Estonia and other Eastern Europe countries, they are based on in their smart governance. So by taking these all experiences and knowledges from different cities and from different countries, we can apply by customization to our city.
Great. So you mentioned the use and the application of these technological applications. But nowadays, as you know, there are so many platforms of this digital world. How could we, bring the digital technology outputs into our daily lives?
Actually, our government has, Digital 2025 strategy. So in this Digital 2025 strategy, there are different programs and components. So for using digital technology, the first important is, the connectivity issue. In our country, for example, there are two operators, the Ethio Telecom plus Safaricom. If we take the largest internet service provider, which is Ethio Telecom, according to their report, according to their data, the number of mobile subscribers is now more than 80 million. And the number of internet users in the country is now more than 23 million. So to use digitization, the basic one is the internet connectivity. After 2025, I think we will have a certain level of digitization, but after we complete the 5-year strategy, I think the government also will prepare another strategy for the next 5 years and so on. The other opportunity is around July 16, there was an initiative which is initiated by our Prime Minister, Dr. Abiy Ahmed, which is producing 5 million programmers or 5 million coders in Ethiopia. So this will also another opportunity to, to enhance the digitization process of the country.
Great. So having all these concepts as a baseline, how do you assess the existing smart city situation of Addis Ababa, the city, as a bureau head? And how is it nowadays changing? How is the process?
We can see, the degree of each pillar one by one. When we consider the 6 pillars of the smart city, especially the smart economy is the leading. Because the bank sector is, booming or increasing the use of, internet and other digital applications to give the banking service. So nowadays, you can make any transaction, you can buy or you can sell commodities and so on using your mobile and so on. So we can say, even if in addition, the new macroeconomy policy also, booming the digitization of this banking sector, plus other actors which are, playing in the economic transaction. So we can put the smart economy as the number one. The next one is, we can say, the smart governance, for example. Nowadays, most of the government sector services becomes online. If you take, for example, the trade license or the e-services and other services, for example, when we come to Addis Ababa, we give the land services through online. Permission to building is also online. Trade license also online. Taxation payment also online. So a lot of initiatives are there in the e-government sector. So we can put it as a second. The others, when we take the smart environment, also we are in a good condition because they're in a green legacy initiative. So the coverage of trees, it increases from 2.8% to 27% across the country. So we are in a good position also in the implementation of smart environment. Of course, there are also initiatives in the making good sewerage across cities and so on. Cleaning also another initiative. The others will become fourth or fifth when we compare each pillar within each other. But in our strategy, in our objective, we put to implement, side by side or in parallel, or the pillars together.
Great. Can you mention some particular exemplary achievements of the city administration of Addis Ababa when it comes to the smart city?
One of the consideration of great achievement in the smart city is, for example, the corridor development. The corridor development is not as such, to make simply roads vast or to make the city clean and so on. It comprises all the 6 pillars under the corridor development. If you see, for example, the first phase of the corridor development plan, you can see we make the roads access to it consists of bike lane, walk lane, and so on. Even it makes a separate access road to the especially the city buses and so on. So this will align with the smart mobility concept. And there are also you make parks, for example. The last 3 years we make parks access to the people for different purpose. So we make the life of people simple, to enjoy in the parks. You will see, for example, before 5 years or 6 years, you find a few places for wedding ceremony and so on. Nowadays, you can go to the Union Park, or you can move to the Ntoto Park, or different parks which are built in the city. So this is also aligned with the smart people plus the smart living pillars. And so the corridor development plan, is already aligned with the smart city strategy. That's why, in different organizations like the International Institute of Smart City Development, they prepare, yearly award for different cities according to 3 pillars. That's why we got on the second award of Smart City, we got the Smart City Leadership Award. So this Smart City Leadership Award is given to the city because the past 2 or 3 years, and especially during 2024 or 2016 Ethiopian calendar, the corridor development plan as recognized by this organization. And this organization also recognizes that Addis Ababa has a leader which understands smart city concept, plus not understanding of the smart city concept, also they prepare a smart city strategy for 8 years, and they work in implementation of this strategy to the ground. So that's why this leadership award given to our mayor, Addis Ababa.
Finally, I would like to thank you on behalf of Addis Media Network for making yourself available for this interview and the vivid clarification of the concept and the implementation of the smart city. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. With this vivid explanation, I would like to thank Solomon for his explanation, and you, the viewers, as well. See you on another program. Thank you so much.